Oh, good. I think we're okay. I think things are okay. I think I'm almost ready here. Bad. Alright, I got that window, I got that window. We have a chat window up. I can probably... actually... Nah, I'll leave that lump for now. Alright. Oh, does this cup have anything in it? No, good. No risk of me accidentally knocking it over. Ah, you get my HMD on. My hands are like... everywhere right now. Hey guys, how's it going? Oh. There you are. Grab this. I can... Nothing is weird here, because I can feel my nose pressing up against the HMD, and I don't think it did that before. Excuse me? Hello guys, how's it going? Welcome back. It's Monday, which means it's VRChat night. I don't know if Pars is joining me. I haven't heard anything from Pars yet. I don't know if Pars is gonna join tonight. What is going on here? Hold on. Testing 1, 2, 3. Sounds good. Personality? Nico, thank you for the determination. Hope you're having a good Monday.
Personality.
They actually read that as one word instead of 2 words. You read that as personality and not personality. 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 I'm a little surprised it read it as personality. That was a funny clip, though. I was not expecting... Oh, yeah. Oh my god. I gotta adjust something real quick. I've got to adjust here and see if that helps things up. Alright, hello, can you hear me? Yeah, guys, can you all hear me? I gotta adjust the output too. Actually, what if I lower the input but keep the output 0.1? Welcome in, Hatsule, Miku. Yeah, okay, here we go. Welcome in. I'll be at the Good Monday. I should have this hand with the expressions on.
Throwing flashbang.
What is going on here? I think it's like the... Oh my god! No! PJ! I see you already choosing violence. Hope you're having a good day. Welcome back. Welcome in. What were we talking about? I forgot. I feel like we started talking about something and then... And I don't know. Hope you guys are having a great Monday, regardless. We were talking about, yeah, the personality thing. I was not expecting that streamer to have such a high-pitched voice. I actually expected them to have more of a deeper voice. I guess that kind of goes to show that what you expect from the look. You're like judging a book by its cover. I expected her to have a deeper voice to go along with that model, but she had a really high-pitched voice, and I was like, oh, okay. Not what I was expecting. I didn't know Takahata moved off Miss Kaminiki's model. I think Miss Kaminiki did a model for Takahata. I think he may have moved off of that a long time ago, actually. I don't remember. I just know that she's been kind of entwining all of the models she used and made to like go out of circulation. Look what you sent me. I saw something. I didn't get a chance to look at it because I was just starting stream. Maybe when we switch over to Splatoon now, if you were wanting me to watch it on stream, I'll check it out. We need to do another watch along stream. I'm posting a lot of stuff in the watch along recommendations, so I don't forget about them. But I know you're also posting stuff in there too, so we're getting a couple of recommendations for watch alongs. I do really long streams. I could probably just like sit, watch along segments in or something. Food, water, medicine. Do that. Oh yeah, you sent me that cat thing yesterday, didn't you? I was gonna send that to other people because I was like, everybody needs this kind of cat. Honestly, a long time ago, oh man, I probably should stop on meds, but I kind of stopped because they kind of made me feel bad. Some of the medicine I was on made me feel really sick, but the alternative was to take injections, so I was like, I don't know. I'm really bad with needles. I really don't like needles. I'm really bad with needles. Like, really, really, really bad. I think I mentioned it before. I probably didn't actually mention it on VR. But, what is it called? Vasovagal syncope? So, like, every time they try to take blood, and this is why I really hate when they do the blood tests. Because I'm already going in there not feeling great because of, it's usually fasting, so they're like, don't eat anything for, like, 30 hours, and it's like, bro, if I go 8 hours without a snack, I start to feel really sick. Like, no, just go the entire day without eating and come back in here and give blood. We need to check your fasting lipids. And bro, I'm gonna feel so I'm already going in there feeling sick. And then, as much as I try not to pay attention to them drawing blood, I can feel the instant that goes in. And then I start hearing this high-pitched squealing in my ears. It gets louder and louder. I feel this icy, like, little patch on the back of my neck. And then it extends up the top, over my entire head. And I start to tunnel vision. If I don't, like, manage to pull myself back somehow, I will actually pass out. I don't think I've done that during Luckily, when they're drawing blood, I don't think I've ever had that happen, but I've gotten, like, really, really close. And it's not like a... It's not like a... It's basically just my body overreacting. I understand that, but it's an irrational response that I really can't... It's really hard to overcome. I know a lot of people say, like... You can mental overcome any kind of irrational... Oh my god. Stop! Neko! Stop!
The revolution has begun, Ballad.
There is no revolution! There is no revolution! No! No! Yeah.
Throwing flashbang.
Oh my god, you guys. That! No! There's no revolution! You all love me! Yeah!
Throwing flashbang.
Stop! I can't believe you guys. I can't believe you guys. The stream has just started, and you're already doing this.
Throwing flashbang.
Oh my god, no! That! You have any of these either? Yeah! Oh. Oh, you set a fire. I see. That's why there was no immediate... You burned down this lovely field.
Revolution Ballad
Bruh.
4, fire Ballad 4, fire Ballad.
There
4,
is no revolution.
fire.
You all love me. You all love me. There is no revolution. The revolution is a lie. Finger at the mitts. Oops, wrong one. Oops, hold on. Alright, I guess I won't talk about my vasovagal syncope. I had a blood test, and that's the reason why. So yeah, I stopped taking certain meds that I really should have been taking. Because they made me feel real bad. And I'm like emotionally bad, like physically bad, like I was gonna throw up or something. I probably shouldn't, it's probably for the best. I should have stayed on him, but... heroes and making me feel great. Sorry I didn't stream last night. If you didn't know, I ended up getting stuck trying to export a video that I posted last night. What was it? That was the, it was some sort of dance video. And what? Okay, I worked on it so much last night. And I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was the, Shikonoko dance. I did a video. I did a long video. Yeah, cut it together, edit it, and all that stuff, and add the Shikonoko. Was Sakura. I forget what the name of the song is, but it's the theme song. Bure, my friend Dear Sam. Lyric translates too. And I got stuck exporting it because every time I exported it, it looked fine. And I can't check the AVI file, which is what After Effects exports do. First of all, I have to render it out of After Effects, and then I have to run it through the little application that I built, so that'll push it through FFmpeg. Until I get a WebM file, and then I can check it. And when I was checking it, there was weird business going on with comma disappearing. then the music was kind of like crackling. And there was some problems with some of the placement of the cuts, so I ended up getting stuck trying to get that fixed and working again. It just kept being more and more of a problem, and after not feeling great, but by the time I got through all of that, I was just like, I don't know if I can be really entertaining tonight. So I just decided that I was just gonna take it easy. And I worked on some more shorts. So yeah, I may have just, instead of like completely just like relaxing and just, unwinding the entire night, I worked on more shorts. I scheduled a bunch that I had sitting around, and I started working on a few more. I did that for the rest of the night, but I also played a little bit on Par's Minecraft server. That was fun. My attention was like really divided though, so I wasn't really paying attention. People were like trying to get my attention in the Minecraft server, and I was like not even looking at Minecraft the entire time. So I was like, I'm sorry. I'm a little busy outside of Minecraft right now, so I can't really respond or anything. The area around spawn on Mars Minecraft server is nothing but swampland. So it took me a while to first of all find a place that wasn't a swampland. Found a nice mountain to carve a home into. And luckily for me, it turns out there's like a small village nearby. So my plan is to carve out the inside of the mountain, get myself a nice mine going so that I can collect resources. And then, out of deep slate, I'm gonna build myself a castle way on top of the mountain. Lump above the little village next to it. I think that's gonna be funny. I'm gonna have a dark, imposing castle over this tiny little refugee village. It's actually really small. I might try and expand it a bit, just that I have even more villagers to terrorize. Worship me. So there's that. I've already dug a tunnel down to bedrock. I'm gonna build that water elevator. Even though the server has the Ender for elevator mod, I do want to have like a water elevator. I like having kind of
Throwing flashbang.
some... Oh my god. Oh my god, no! Why? Why? Not! Mitri? There is no revolution. You all love me. I'm gonna build a castle. It's gonna be big and imposing, and the villagers are gonna all be terrified. I don't know if you can kill Herobrine. Excuse me. Excuse me. Pars has Herobrine on their server. Occasionally, when you look around, you'll see him at a distance just staring at you. And if you like look directly at him or approach him, he'll charge right at you. And it's like some sort of temporary blindness on you or something. I don't know exactly what it is, but he does that and then goes away for a while. So it's probably best to just like look at him and get it over with. Occasionally he'll leave like he leaves some letters around on in your vicinity that are like letters in his name. So HEROBRIN. Yeah, stuff like that. And it's made out of this really hard to deal with materials, so I think I found a diamond pickaxe last night in a mine shaft under my house. I might try to go get rid of it. Yeah, there's a flying whale in the background. I don't know where he is right now. Where's he at? There he at. There he is. Look over here. There's a flying whale here. I thought this was a nice world to just like sit and have as a background. Next, there's some really nice scenery here. Not just the little, it's not a bodega, that's a, pagoda, I think is what it's called. I think it's called a pagoda. So yeah, I thought that, dude, this is some really nice scenery. I was wondering why I wasn't moving, I just remembered I have this menu open. It's being get closer to the water. I should just run towards it. Why am I running backwards? It's a nice water scenery here. Good enough. What was that sound? Is it Ilock again? Complaining about my... I can't tell. Yeah, I can't tell. Okay, oh god, it's probably Ilock. I still haven't looked into that. I need to make it know that I have. First of all, I'm not using those VSTs for anything, so I don't know if I'd still complaining about it. I could probably use them. Add some reverb to my voice to improve the quality a bit. I don't know. Yeah. So I do want to fit in more watch-along segments to our streams. I don't know when I could do it, though. Well, I mean, Art Jam doesn't start until 8. We could probably do like 2 hours of watch-along before I start working on art. But I kind of like to have the art amps stream, just have it mostly just... I mean, even though we end with Splatoon, mostly. I don't know. YouTube doesn't really seem to have like an easy way for me to like section out certain pieces of certain streams without downloading them myself and then rendering it out and re-uploading it and stuff. I don't know. Maybe that's what I gotta do. I feel like there's probably stuff I gotta do in order to improve my stream quality and my content quality. But rendering out the entire, like... when it's already on, like, YouTube already. Yeah, if only I had the option to, like, have... I mean, I guess that's because it takes me a long time, but if the server does it itself... It's like, cut up a thing into segments. Like, okay, I want my stream to be segmented here, here, and here. And for those to be, like, separate upload. Without, like, doing it myself, but I guess that's meh. Oh. So yeah, last night I really wasn't feeling great, and I didn't know if I was really... You know what the weird thing is? I really didn't want to stream alone. I think that's what it was. In the mood I was in, I didn't want to stream alone. So I ended up spending most of the night alone, just doing stuff. off stream and like not even really solving my problem of not wanting to be alone the entire night. Instead, I was just alone in my own little corner. Isn't that weird? My problem was that I didn't want to be alone. I didn't want to stream alone. But instead of putting myself in a situation where I was with other people, I just focused on work-related stuff and watching YouTube videos where I could find stuff. A lot of it, oh man. A lot of the streamers I used to follow, not the enemy streamers, like content creators. A lot of the content creators I used to follow on YouTube have stopped posting content, really. The completionist has basically stopped posting videos completely. I mean, Pro Jared still posts stuff, but I don't know. I don't really like watching Pro Jared stuff since his controversy. Kind of like put a sour taste in my mouth about watching his stuff. Let's see. Super Best Friends just broke, or just dissolved that entire thing, and I haven't really watched. I don't watch any of them separately. I know Matt still posts his What Happened videos every now and then. I don't really feel like watching those. I don't watch Pat's stream. Was it Pat Stares At? I don't watch those streams. And I don't really watch Wooly's stuff. I don't even know what he does. I think he does like Castle Super Beast or something. I never really watch Wooly's content. I kind of watch Markiplier stuff every now and then, but it's still really hard because a lot of it feels kind of disingenuous. He's just doing that act the entire time now. I don't know. So I mean, I watch some of the collabs he does with his friends. Whenever he posts a video that has all his friends in, I kind of watch those because it feels a bit more. It feels a bit more genuine. It feels more like him just having fun with his friends. A lot of the other time, I just can't. I'm sure he's a nice guy. He already says he's such a nice guy, and he's just like, oh, my reply so high. But I just don't. I don't like his stuff, really. I fell off a long time ago. He really did. It does feel like he changed, but I don't know. It could be me. I used to recommend Markiplier stuff to all of my friends, and then it just kind of I don't do that anymore. I meant to turn that off. Not smile. Puffin Forest doesn't post things that often, but I usually watch his stuff whenever he posts. He usually does a lot of like D&D and tabletop game stuff. It's really fun to listen to some of his stories. Z Bashel, I think I played one of his videos. Yeah, the Poltergeist. I played that when we did our last watch-along. I really like Z's stuff. It's really interesting. I love his animated spellbook videos. Those are really fun, where he discusses like certain spells in D&D and their applications and stuff. And I think he's had a couple of videos where he's explained like things that have happened in campaigns he's been in. It's all really interesting. I like it. I like his stuff. I thought he was gonna be posting more content, but I guess there's a lot of work that goes into it. So I haven't really seen that many Z videos. I used to watch a lot of Z Royal Viking. Back when his entire crew was really popular with Among Us. And then I just kind of stopped watching because it really felt... The Among Us stuff started to turn into everybody just constantly trying to meme. Just non-stop meme. So it got a little stale and I stopped watching his stuff. And then when he does like the social deduction games, they're kind of fun, but not really anything that like super grabbed my attention or anything. I need to watch more Brandon Ferris. That's what it was. His stuff is funny. I do like Brandon Ferris stuff. Even though he wastes a lot of stuff and bricks a lot of really cool stuff. It feels just like two guys goofing around and having fun. So I like that. Watch a lot of Atozy. Whenever Atozy comes out with something new, a new video that's interesting. But a lot of these people don't post like daily or maybe not even like weekly content. And after watching the it wasn't Greatlock, it was the Wanting Giant, the Rolling Giant. My YouTube recommendations have gone even further away from bite-shoot anime stuff. Which I'm a little sad about. I miss the days where I was recommended a bunch of Ceres Fauna clips. And other like really cute fun stuff. And now it's just analog horror. Even though I like analog horror, I do enjoy analog horror. I watched Greylock. I watched, what was before that? A bunch of the Kane Pixel stuff. I've watched a bunch of the FNAF analog horror stuff. There's some really interesting Five Nights at Freddy's analog horror stuff. Obviously, without need to mention it, I watched a bunch of SCP videos. So I do like that stuff. I just don't want it to be the only thing that it recommends to me. I would like it to recommend cute things to me again. Things that make me laugh or smile, not just like, oh, this is horrifying. I'm sad that now that I've watched this, I even get some of that from like Atozy and some ordinary gamers. It's usually a lot of like, can you believe what this TikTok influencer did? And then you hear what they did and it's like, bro, what? I don't know if I'll ever stream on TikTok. I might have to at some point. I don't know. If I get hit with one of these random VTuber bans. Sometimes it does feel a little random. I think... Who was it? Luca. Luca got her YouTube... I don't know. Yeah, Luca got their YouTube completely deleted. There was no warning or anything. Yeah, their channel was just deleted. And so far they haven't gotten any information about why it was deleted. But I think they did ASMR, and I think I heard that YouTube has been cracking down on ASMR streamers, or ASMR content. But I don't believe anything that Luca would have been doing would have been violating YouTube's TOS or whatever. I can't imagine that they would have done anything like super. Excuse me. Now it's me. Like super against TOS. What the hell is you mean? I don't know. You get closer to the water. Make my computer struggle even more. It is a really nice backdrop. Let me see if Pars has messaged me. I thought they were gonna join today. Pars, where are you? Pars! I'm saying no Pars. So yeah, like between YouTube and Twitch just randomly banning VTubers, I guess I should be like considering like what are my options if I get banned? What if somebody sees me and for some reason they decide that they want to make it their mission in life to just have me completely wiped off the internet? What if they decide like, oh, this person is problematic because... Oh, I forgot that open. Yeah, this person is problematic because... I don't know, that's what happened. I think that's what happened to Wendigoon. Yeah, Wendigoon. Because a lot of this stuff, if you look to see what they're saying about why people hate him after the, something in Shadows, I forget what his name is. Did like a hit piece on Wendigoon. And a lot of the complaints about Wendigoon were... I don't know, he just has bad vibes. When I look at him, I get bad vibes. And that justifies trying to cancel him and all of his content because you don't like this. Melto streamer. I mean, look, he's nothing really like controversial or anything. He just like really likes, he believes in his religion, he likes horror content. And these people are just like, oh, he just has these really bad vibes. And then they label him stuff that is really like career ending. Getting those kind of accusations is not good for anybody. But that, they lobbed them at him because they just don't like him. Man, they need an excuse. But they can't find anything like really real to complain about. So they just like, well, I don't know, he looks like a camp counselor who does things. And bruh, that's your entire argument for why you're harassing him? I've never seen anything from Wendigoon that gave me the impression that he was like, a real bad person. But, and then again, a lot of the people that I used to follow on YouTube turned out to be like real dirtbags. I know Pro Jared kind of had a little bit of... There was a little bit of, not resolution. But the entire controversy that he dealt with, it was kind of resolved a little bit, but it was still kind of... I'm sure it hurt his career to some degree. It definitely left me feeling like, I don't know if I want to watch this guy. He's probably, like, not super bad or anything, but at the same time, I'm just like, I'm not really... I don't want to watch his stuff right now. Someday I might go back and watch some of his stuff, but right now I'm just, like, not in that place of mind where I'm not really interested in watching his content right now. So, I mean, stuff that you went through probably really hurt his career to a degree. I'm sure I'm not the only person that feels that way. And the entire completionist thing, I always thought that was a little overblown. As far as I understand it, the monthly was accounted for. But since the subject matter of it meant so much to Gerard, he didn't want to just hand the month off to somebody who is just going to use it in a just whittling way. This was a better term for that. I don't know, but you know, just like take that money and not return results from it. Just keep draining money from this fund. When it was a subject that meant a lot to him because it was something that happened to his mother, I think. I get that. You wanted to make sure that the money went to a research and to something that was going to like actually benefit people. And I guess he held onto it for a little too long. So people were saying he's just embezzling, but he was just sitting on it looking for the right opportunity to use it. And I guess that, I mean, I kind of get, yeah, he probably should have tried to invest some of it somewhere. Maybe not all of it all at once if he was that concerned, but like try to find research groups or whatever that were actually going to put the money to good use and maybe actually have a good lead towards returning with some sort of results. Ah, my throat is really scratchy right now. But I don't think it came from a place of malice or anything. He never struck me as one of those people who had malicious intent. But I guess, you know, that's how it works. They usually try to hide that stuff. But he got canceled. Now he's not on the internet anywhere. I don't think he's doing anything. He's not on Beard Bros anymore. I don't even know if that one video gamer or whatever. TOVG, yeah, that one video gamer. I don't even know if that does anything anymore. They may have completely dissolved that, and then Breton. I was listening to him earlier. Alex, there we go. Brett and Alex. They just took over the Beer Bros name and they're still posting content. Without Gerard. I don't know. I listened to some of it and didn't really feel like it was as malicious as people were making it out to sound. They really made it sound like it was him just trying to embezzle Muzzy and try to keep from spending any of it. This is kind of sad. I was really hoping that Gerard was going to be one of those streamers that I could actually get invested in. There's a lot of streamers who I was like really invested in, and then they turned out that they turned out to be like real dirtbags. That's the thing. It's hard to want to like really get invested and become a big fan of streamers now, because then you find out that, oh well, it turns out this guy was a huge dirtbag. They did all of this kind of stuff. Here are their DMs, and this is the stuff that they're DMing to other people. So it's just like, bro. I was really hoping Gerard was gonna be that one streamer that could be like, yeah, this guy is like really... is like a really good bean. I don't know how to describe it. He just like a, you know, just like a good person, very genuine. Doesn't have that secret. that secret side to their DMs where you find out that they're talking trash about all of their viewers and stuff. And then you go onto the stream and they're like the nicest person ever. Treat everybody like they're VIP and stuff. And behind the scenes you hear that, well, yeah, this guy was saying this all kinds of nasty stuff about his viewers and fans or so. So, yes, it was kind of disheartening to find out that, wow, there's all this... People are really mad and they're canceling him over this thing. And then he goes into hiatus. I didn't know he did hiatus. I have no idea what Gerard the Completionist is doing anymore. I assume he's just... trying to return to a normal life, I guess. Welcome in, Lucid. Hope you're having a good Monday. Welcome. That's kind of what happened with Pop. That's kind of what happened with Poppy. Like, on stream, he treated everybody like... He treated everybody great. He had a really great on-screen presence. On-stream presence. Every time somebody raided, he treated them like it was a great thing. And a lot of streamers will actually just... Oh, it's nobody with a... It's not a big name that I recognize, so I'm just gonna... Oh, thanks for the raid. But then a big streamer comes in with like 100,000 views and they're like, why? It's you! What are you doing? Walk on the stream! That kind of stuff. That definitely doesn't feel great when you're that little streamer to come in direct before a really big streamer. And you see that reaction of, oh, hey, thanks for the raid. Versus, oh my god, this person is here! How you doing, buddy? I love you! And all that stuff, it doesn't feel great. A lot of people will just cope by saying like, hey, 2 cakes is better than 1 cake. Just because your cake is like tiny and mouth serum doesn't mean it's not as good as a giant wedding cake. I understand the need to cope for that, but at the same time, it does feel kind of bad. But I felt like Poppy had such a really good on-stream presence that he knew how to make people feel good about coming in during a raid. And it definitely makes you want to raid his stream because you know you're going to be recognized no matter how small you are. And also, like, all the alerts and stuff he had, everything was always so much fun. He was really good. Unfortunately, certain information about him got out, including stuff he was saying about, like, viewers and all their streamers and stuff. The stuff he was saying behind the scenes was not great, and I understand why he got canceled. Which is really sad, because like I said, he was really good at his craft, but he turned out to be kind of a not great person. I was kind of hoping that he would learn from it. A couple of months after his initial cancellation, I saw he started streaming again, and I lurked in his streams a couple of times in hopes that, like, well, maybe Poppy has, like, actually learned from this experience. Maybe in his time off, he actually reflected on the things he said, his actions, and maybe this was, like, a genuine attempt to, like, recover from what he was saying and doing behind the scenes. But there was, it did feel like people wanted to take anything he said out of context in order to prove that, oh, he hasn't changed. Don't mean this many months. Of course he hasn't changed. Some of the stuff that they were saying proved that he didn't change. Felt to me a lot like he was kind of leaning into the, yeah, I was a dirtbag. I'm the worst person on the internet. I understand what it felt like he was kind of owning it, not trying to use it as like yeah, I'm the worst. You guys hate me. Give me more. Your hate feeds my content. And that's what a lot of the posts about Poppy during that time felt like they were doing. They were looking for a way to twist what he was saying into a way to prove that people who they don't like are never redeemable. And that's the thing. That's the thing with cancel culture. They don't want you to learn from your mistakes and become a better person. They want to win. And by win, that means that they want to chase you off the internet and for you to never come back. And to never have any opportunities ever again. That is unfortunately the way cancel culture seems to be going right now. It's not a way for people to try and get others to be held accountable for their behavior and their actions. It's a hunt. They find prey and they hunt it. And they kill it and they mount it on their walls. And it's dead and gone. There's no chance for redemption. There's no chance for growing and becoming a better person. They don't like something about you, so you have to die. And that's what it feels like. I mean, I'm sure that's not entirely... There are probably people who do, want people to be held accountable and to learn from their mistakes. But for the most part, it does feel like they don't want you to learn from your mistakes. They want you dead. They don't like something about you. They don't like something about what you believe in, what you like. They want you gone. They want you dead, and at any means necessary. And I believe somebody I heard a story. I don't remember who it was. So this is probably way beyond third hand because I don't remember who it was about or where I heard it from. It's probably somewhere on Twitter, which is an amazing source for accurate information. But I did hear somebody's DeviantArt account got hacked because these people who didn't like him believed that he had all kinds of evidence on his account that would prove what a dirtbag he was. Or they were. I don't know if it was a man or a woman. So they hacked into this person's DA account to find this evidence that they were sure was there to prove that they were right about this person being irredeemable and evil person. But they didn't find anything. I said hi to you, Illicit. I said hi to you a while ago. Also, welcome in Trash. Hope you have a good Monday. So, yeah, they hacked his account. They didn't find what they were looking for. So they started to plant it. They started to plant some evidence into his DeviantArt account to use to prove that, you see, I told you this guy was the worst of the worst. That's not really proving your point. But in their mind, they were justified in doing that because, well, I know it. I feel it. I feel like this guy is bad. And even if I couldn't find it here, it's somewhere. So I'm justified in, creating this evidence and making this guy look bad. And, doing all this kind of, elite stuff with his DeviantArt account. I'm pretty sure the stuff they uploaded to his account was actually a legal song. I mean, I don't think that proves your point or your position that this person is like evil or whatever. But I guess it doesn't apply to just like one position now. Like here we some people are just welcoming Crazy Destroyer. Hope you're having a good Monday. There's a difference between a witch hunt and legitimate scummy behavior, yeah. But yeah, like I said, it really does feel like cancel culture is more about hunting than it is about people learning from their mistakes, acknowledging their mistakes, and growing from that experience. It really feels like when somebody dislikes you and they want to cancel you, they want you dead and buried forever. And I'm not trying to like take a political position about anything right now. Yeah, that was that. Ooh. Like, I'm not saying that, no, this position is right, that position. I'm just in the more like vague kind of general sense. Like, I'm taking a position here that cancel culture itself doesn't feel like it's about people learning from their mistakes, acknowledging their mistakes, and then growing from their mistakes in order to become better people. I am taking a position that it's not about that. It feels more like it's about finding prey and hunting it dead. There is no road to redemption. And I don't think that's the proper way to handle that. I feel like obviously there are some situations even I would be like, there's no redemption from this guy. I was watching something, and this goes back to my YouTube recommendations being complete, like, trash right now. It was a video about a TikTok streamer who was standing outside of a animal shelter holding a kitten. Telling the people inside that he was going to put the kitten into a blender. And he was live streaming the entire thing because that's what they do. They do this really apprehensive, that's not apprehensive. What's the word? Atrocious behavior. They do this real atrocious behavior and they stream it for people to give them clout because they think they're gonna get record deals, they're gonna get big sponsorships and expensive cars and stuff by standing outside of an animal shelter telling them they're gonna put a kitten into a blender. And apparently, like, they're not legally allowed to take the kitten away. And he's not, like, required by law to surrender it, I guess? I don't know. But the entire thing was just to stand out there and they make these people mad. And I got mad. I got mad just hearing that in itself. I don't think this person is redeemable. Like, even I'm in that camp of, like, I don't know if this person will learn from this ever. I don't think he ever will. I think he's just gonna keep doing this kind of stuff. Trying to bait people and outrage people because the audience that he's cultivated thinks that's funny. And they shower him with praises for doing that kind of stuff and making people mad. Excuse me. They shaved it first. It's a horrible. I remember when Twitter was like, when Elon Musk took over Twitter, and then those videos were circulating everywhere. I hated that. Occasionally, I still get recommendations from the. I don't even know why, but I'm getting recommendations from the Twitter algorithm, or the X algorithm, I guess I should say, because I don't like it. Or about, like, this guy got shot in the head right in front of his child. As bro, I like the tweet with a cute picture of a kobold. I have in my likes, it's like VRChat worlds, cute girls, and my cat palace. Why are you suggesting this? It was worse when Musk took over. I'm sorry if it feels like I'm ignoring you guys. I'm just kind of like on a rant here, I guess. I was kidding. The streamer was exposed for bad-mouthing their supporters. Yeah. And like I said, I really... When Poppy got canceled, I understood where it was coming from. And even I felt like, man, what has he said about me? Like, I 3D stream a lot. I joined whenever he played... Whenever he was playing Mario Kart with his viewers, I would try and join in, because I would have fun. And I would, like, enjoy the challenge of trying to beat his mods at the game. Obviously, Poppy wasn't that great at Mario Kart, and I wasn't, like, really worried about losing to Poppy. But, it was fun challenging his mods. Because his mods are actually really good at that game, and occasionally I would get a first place win. So they were good enough that I had to actually work for it, but not too good that it was never, like, in the realm of possibility that I was gonna beat them. So when he did stuff like that and played Lethal Company with his viewers, that was fun. It felt fun. And I was really happy to, like, recommend and rate him. And then when the allegations came out, and we were finding out he was talking all this trash about all of his people who would, like, come into his streams and raid, and viewers and stuff. Even I was like, man, what has he said about me? Like, I'm pretty sure, like, I rated the guy. Every time he posted on Twitter about his workout, I would be encouraging. Like, bro, Tio, you're enjoying this workout journey? I wish you the best of luck. Because he was posting a lot of workout videos, photos where he was, like, showing off his results, he said. And he was like, he looked so proud of himself, and I was just like, yeah, I mean, you're working to better yourself. Like, health-wise, so, I mean, I'm out for that. But after, like, hearing some of the stuff he was saying about people, you know, it's like, bro, what has he said about me behind my back? So I understand why a lot of people were, like, really upset, especially about, like, the content, what he was saying, too. From my understanding, it was, like, homophobic stuff, too. Was it... I don't know if it was homophobic or transphobic, but it was one of those. Let's see, it might have been both, for all I know. Like, I think he may have actually been purposefully misgendering people. Whenever I misgender pars, I feel bad about it. Luckily, pars isn't, like, super offended whenever I accidentally say huh or she. But I usually try to immediately correct myself. But I think there are people out there who, even if you immediately correct yourself, like I tried to, they still take offense and they call it a microaggression. And it's like, I mean, sorry, bro. It's just the way I am. Sometimes I mess it up. I'm I'm not always like thinking of every single word before it comes out of my mouth. I'm thinking of what I want to say. And sometimes it does come out. But I try to correct myself, and it's never actually intended. So has that ever happened to anybody that I know, though? I haven't on stream a couple of times, but actually, not a couple of times. I know Kill has misgendered Pars a couple of times. You'll say her. I don't know if he really knows that Pars gender or pronouns are they them. But I do know that one time during I think it was a Lethal Company collab. One of the viewers, we were collabing with somebody who's obviously I forget what their pronouns were. But apparently somebody who joined us, kind of somebody that we know from the community. So if we kind of know you, we'll let you join in for certain things, especially for stuff like Lethal Company. And apparently at some point there was they misgendered this person that we were collabing with. I don't know if they were doing it like maliciously or anything, but I think this person heard them misgendered and then just shut down. I didn't pick up on it because I was busy like I'm busy trying to entertain my audience while we're doing a collab stream. It's kind of hard to pay attention to every single person, especially when it turns out that somebody just shuts down and then they just kind of disappear into the background, not really saying anything, not really. But they did take offense to it, and I really don't know if it was intentional. I ended up writing a post on our Discord about it. That, yeah, we don't really... We don't cotton with, misgendering. Like, intentionally misgendering. Accidents happen. Even I have lots of trouble, remembering, like, every single night. I have a lot of memory to choose. And I do slip. Like, it was ice. I mentioned Pars. Occasionally I will slip and call Pars she, or her, but I try to correct myself immediately. So I don't actually know. And I know whenever this person that goes out of their way to emphasize that I am a man, I feel a little weird. It's true, but I feel a little weird sometimes with the way it's like laid out and laid on display. So, I mean, I don't know. I'll do my best, that's what matters. I mean, that's what should matter. As long as... I feel like if you're honestly trying your best, maybe there should be some leeway, like... I don't know. At the same time, I also feel like having that opinion might also be kind of dangerous, so... Like, yeah, this is their pronouns. I understand that. I occasionally slip. I don't mean to. I try to correct myself whenever it happens. But I feel like there's people who will actually take that slip and not let that go. Man, we kind of like slipped from topic to topic, didn't we? You're talking about cancel culture, and then now I'm talking about misgendering and stuff. Dealing with pronouns and... from a perspective of somebody who did not grow up with this. This wasn't a thing when I was growing up, so having to adapt to it after decades of not really having it be a thing with social interactions, I feel like, yeah, I realize that I'm going to slip. I'm not using it as an excuse to be like, "Oh, I just slipped, I guess. Why are you so mad, bro? I just slipped. I don't understand this stuff." No, it's more like, oops, sorry. I didn't mean to think bad by that. I just messed up. Welcome to next series. Hope you're having a good Monday. Listen to Thick of It. I don't know what that is. Sorry, I'm not sure what that is, so I have not listened to it. Excuse me. What am I stepping on? Hold on. There's like something under my foot. There. Yeah. Choose that. Here. I have like one thing I want to talk about as far as this subject goes, but I worry that it's gonna be kind of a dangerous example. Because I've been seeing a lot of the gamer news channels talk about Dragon Age Veilguard, the new Dragon Age game. Specifically, the thing I wanted to mention was that one. It's the misgender scene. Where one of the, I don't know if it's an NPC. Name is Gender, one of the characters, and I think it's one of the main characters. I don't know a lot about Veilguard. But it's basically the display they put on for misgendering, which is they're like, oh, well, if you misgender somewhere, you gotta do 10 push-ups. That felt kinda ham-fisted. That kind of, I've committed this faux pas, is that even the right word for it? That could be seen as offensive to this one person, so I'm going to put on this huge display of atoning for this mistake that I've committed to you. That feels like a little... That scene feels really ham-fisted. And I don't... Is it really a good example of, like, if you offend somebody, you should put on this, like, really big, showy display of... What's the word? There's a word for this. A display of, it's not humiliation. But I think you can figure out what I mean, but just like this big, showy display of apology or whatever. I don't know about that. Like, and they even address it like, well, what if somebody just, like, says they're sorry and they mean it? Well, I mean, they might still be offended, so... Unless you make it a huge display of... God, what is the word? I don't know the word for... It's not like... Servitude. No, it's not servitude. There's a word for it and I don't remember what it is. Sorry, guys. But, like... having put on a huge, a huge, not submission. It's when you're apologetic. And you're doing something to be like very visual about it. I know. Subservience, is that it? I don't know. But yeah, I don't. I really don't feel like I have any business like talking about it because like my own position, I feel like I'm not even sure where I'm at as far as this goes. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure you guys can get my meaning. But basically just like being apologetic and making a big show of it. A big flashy show of it. I don't feel like that's the right way to go about it. Making it a scene. And that's, once again, like, not because, like, well, you're just one of those chuds who who is, you know, this word and this word and you know, all these really bad words that they call people. But it's like, no, if I was in a position where somebody thought that they offended me, I think that would, like, a genuine, like, apology would be enough. Like I said, whenever I'm accidentally slip with pars, I say, oh, sorry. I usually say sorry, and I immediately try to recorrect what I just said. So I'll say like, oh, she's over, they... You know, I'll correct myself, and I'll try to give an apology. I think I usually try to slip in a sorry, and it's usually... I like the word usually, I don't know why. But whenever I throw in like whenever I throw in and I'm sorry, it's genuine. It means that like, oh, sorry, I messed up. And then I correct myself. They have this server. They are doing this thing. They said this. I don't feel like I have to... Oh, but I better go get my, flanging stick? Was it flagellation? Better go get my flagellation stick and whip myself 10 times because I misgender. I misgendered pars, so I'm going to whip myself 10 times as a display of apology. I try to use they a lot. If I can't remember specific pronouns for somebody, I'll easily try to default to they. Because it's usually like, oh, they did this, they did that. That's usually not seen as like... It's usually safe to just like, oh, they did this. Like if I'm talking about kill, like, oh, yeah. Yeah, they got a server and that thing was expensive. As opposed to like, oh yeah, he bought a server for the community and that was expensive. It can easily just say like, ah yeah, they bought a server for the... And it usually feels safe, but sometimes I actually wonder if people will take offense to that too. It worries me. It's like sticks in the back of my mind. But like I said, I usually try to stick to neutral terms. I'm pretty sure, like, Autumn uses she, her. And so does Mars. But even when talking about them, I'll try to use gender-neutral terms just so that I don't risk, like, forgetting something or in the moment wapting something mess up. But well, I'm see you well. I'll see you well. I see a radio tower. There's a radio tower back there. That's what it's you mean. But you're not bothered about you. But not bothered by either. Okay. Good to know. It was in the sky? I see a bunch of birds. A bunch of birds flying around. The sky is like really pretty. Man, I accidentally pulled on my... Oh, what the? Huh? No. There's chat. I accidentally grabbed you guys and... Almost lost you. Okay. Speaking of cars... Still no sign of Pars. I thought Pars was gonna join tonight. I thought Pars and Fishy were gonna join in. I have no idea what Mouse is. Yeah, itch. Watching the Sunday streams, yeah. The Sunday streams are a surprise to some people. I remember when Pancake first raided for the first time after we met during the, Because I met Pancake when we were doing the watch-alongs last Halloween. So the Friday group got together and we watched a bunch of creepypasta stuff. And, that's where I met Pancake. And I've forgotten that every time I had interacted with Pancake, I had my voice changer on. Until until Pancake decided to raid me one Sunday and came in, and I was like, oh, hey, Pancake. It didn't even occur to me like, oh, wait, you've only heard me with the voice changer. That was kind of funny. So yeah, it's not like a huge secret or anything. It's so weird when I'm not using it. It's funny. I guess some people are more used to this. I have like 4 different voices. I try to cycle through them. Some of them aren't as great as... Some of them have an easier time interpreting based on like which microphone I'm using. So I occasionally try to swap through them. If you listen carefully, you could probably pick up on the different ones. Like one of them's really high pitched and the other one's a little lower. I don't know if the problem is the microphone or if it's actually like the voice models, but I do hope I can improve. And I hope the technology improves so that it can sound even better. So that I can further bury my real self. Like, I don't like giving my real... Okay, this is a thing. I don't like giving my real name out to people. There are people online who do know my real name. And some people who learned it because I was doxxed by by an ex, somebody I used to be involved with. They basically just went on Twitter and on my Discord and posted a bunch of the like birthday cards I had sent them and signed my own name. And they posted that on a bunch of Twitter posts I made in my Discord quite a few times too, so my name has been put out there. And I even think like my old DA still had a couple of images that have it on it. But I try not to share that online because when I'm online, I want to be... I'm not this person I was born as. When I'm online interacting with people, I am what I have... I am this person that I have become. I'm not who... I'm not who and what I was born as. Things that were out of my control, like I said. I've said it before. My online identity is something that I'm crafting for myself. It's something entirely of my own creation, not something that was assigned and I had no control, or I did not have any control over or where I was born. Where I was born, who I was born to, my gender, my race, my genetics. These are all things that are out of my control. So, instead of being judged based on those things that I have no control over, I want to be judged based on the things that I do have control over, which is my online identity. So who I am online, the presence I've crafted online over the years, who I am, who I will become, stuff like that. Even my name, like my online name was something that I came up with so long ago. I don't even remember the exact origins of it anymore. But I've kept the same name for the most part. And it's something that just is a result of my own work, I guess. I don't know. Because people will look at various, like, real life characteristics and make judgments based on it. They'll have prejudices against certain details. So I'm all about the entire, like, creating your own identity kind of thing. Being more than just the sum of your parts, I guess. I don't know. Your real name is McLovin. McLovin. 13 more seconds? Okay. Feel betrayed, yeah. And I feel, I think there are probably people who feel betrayed. They're like, well, you're just a guy with a voice changer? I'm so betrayed. I guess. I mean, I'm still the person who's sitting here chatting with you. I don't do the kind of content where I'm like, oh, baby, subscribe to my channel when I'll having my shirt off or whatever. I don't know. You know, I'm not like trying to sell that. Yeah, go to my... I can't say that on Twitch. Go to this other site for more pictures and all this stuff. More than just VTuber content? Yeah, sorry I'm not gonna ERP with you. That's not what I'm here to do. I should probably put that like in my channel rules. Just will not date you. Just immediately just be like, look at rule number 1. I will not date you. And then suddenly I just have no subscribers anymore. All those channel memberships dry up. Amy, if I don't spend this much $1,000, you're not gonna look at me, or you're not gonna date me, and... No, I don't get it. Then again, I've kind of like given up on the entire dating idea. I'm sub right now. How do I give back actually a sub I was given? Yeah. Really need to find out where the little hole for the microphone is so I can cover it up when I start coughing. Yeah, I don't know where the hole is. Hit noise gay. I've had a bad experience, and I've kind of a couple of bad experiences. So I kind of just got to the point where I was just like, I am not really... It's probably gonna come off as incel or whatever. I don't know what you want to label it as, but... People are probably gonna call it incel behavior, but I got to a point where I realized... Nobody is going to love me as much as I love other people. Like, all my past relationships, I felt like I have given everything I have in love, as far as like love goes and stuff, to these people. And never once did I ever get back as much as I had given. Everybody always wanted me to change. Well, I don't like this about you. You need to change. Nobody was ever just like, I love you just the way you are, and like everything about you. That kind of thing. So I just kind of decided that I really don't... I don't need this. Like... Why am I putting so much focus and effort into trying to find somebody who's not gonna love me for who I am? Because I have not found a single person who has really kind of been that way. It's always been a case of... I'm doing you a favor. You better change or I'm going to leave. Either you change to make me happy, or I'm out of here. So, it's just something that I don't feel is worth my time and effort to really invest in. Especially when I can just like work on something that's really gonna make me laugh or make me happy, like hanging out with friends, recording videos, or editing weird things. Like, I should have another short that went live at 7. Or like 30 minutes ago. I wanted to test to see if scheduling content for like 7 p.m. my time which is like the... I finally got analytics that show what time my viewers are usually on. And it does appear to be like later in the evening, so between 6 and 10 p.m. So when I uploaded that dance video from yesterday, it immediately got like over 400 views and 32 likes, and I was like, oh, wow, bro. That's actually amazing. A lot of my stuff doesn't really get a lot of views, and definitely doesn't get like 30 likes. That was a surprise. So I kind of decided, like, I'm going to quickly edit something and throw it onto the schedule for around 7 p.m. tonight and see how that works too. So I guess in a couple of hours when I look at my analytics, I'll probably be able to check. I'm curious though. Because if it actually benefits me to schedule my stuff for like late evening, I might just start changing all of the stuff that I've scheduled already over to 7 p.m. in the evening. But anyways. Why was I even talking about that? Oh, yeah. I remember. Because, like, this kind of stuff is way more fulfilling to me. Because it's something that I'm interested in. It makes me happy. Like, hanging out in VRChat, finding different worlds, and just doing dumb little recordings of me doing stuff. It makes me smile. It gives me that dopamine, I guess. As opposed to, if you don't get your act together, I'm gonna leave you. It's 3 in the morning, and go out and buy me energy drinks. And then wake up in 2 hours to get ready for work. Oh, and clean the house when you get back from work, too. Because I'm busy working on commissions and chatting with my friends all night on day and night. I heard that there's a loneliness epidemic going around, so we might actually have a depopulation issue in a couple of decades here. Especially if more people become, like, disenfranchised with the entire idea of being in relationships. It might actually quickly become a depopulation issue. I think Japan's already having an issue with their birth rates. Like, they're not having enough young people, and all the older people are getting, up there in age. That's not as bad in terms of resources. I mean, it's bad if it gets too low. Then again, I don't know if depopulation is gonna be an issue when... Apparently, there are these things called, carbon sinks. So, like, forests around the world are supposed to be absorbing carbon from the atmosphere. But over the last couple of years, they haven't been. So these natural resources that are supposed to absorb carbon in the air haven't been doing that. So scientists are actually getting royally concerned about it. I have no idea what's going on in Korea aside from Johnny Somali. He's, like, stuck in Korea right now, because they, like, confiscated his passport, so he can't even leave the country. It's an example of a streamer I don't want to be like. similar to Japan? In what way? I may have lost the point. Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same way. He is actually just trash, and I'm amazed that he's actually not gotten himself into even worse trouble yet. But apparently, reports are that the Korean band, let's say a certain organization, may be looking for him. And so he may have actually gone too far this time. Oh, that birth rates? Okay. The birth rates are way down, and men are not handling it well. I wonder if it's a fertility issue. Is it actually just like a fertility problem, or is it actually just like people becoming disenfranchised with the entire idea of relationships and stuff like that? So they're not like getting together and having babies. Or even if they are getting together, they just don't want to start families because of like how taxing children are. Take a lot of time and money. Surprised you got out of Japan? Yeah. Apparently they don't arrest you and do any of that stuff unless they're convinced that they're gonna convict. But they put him on trial, and didn't they just like deport him or something? Like, from my understanding, the Japanese legal system isn't really out to make examples of people. But they do take their conviction rate seriously. So yeah, he got out of there. He went to a couple of places. He got beat up in a couple of places too, apparently. And then made his way to Korea. And they're not having anything. They're not letting any of that slide. Maybe because what he did was such an affront to a very important cultural thing. Monument, I guess. Monuments. Those particular statues are very important to them from a historical aspect. Did he do anything like that in Japan? So yeah, a lot of people are really mad, and he's being very brave because he has police protection. But he also can't leave the country because they have him on lockdown. Plus the things I've heard, he is not safe there. But the problem is that he's probably, if he gets out of the country, or if he doesn't get hurt any more seriously than he has, he's just gonna keep doing the same thing until someone goes a little too far. He is going to keep trying to milk it for every bit he can and keep pushing people until eventually somebody puts a stop to it. Unfortunately. And I feel like a lot of those nuisance streamers, like I said, the guy with the kitten before too, people like them are not going to stop until it affects them. And not just like in a, oh, you got a slap on the wrist and you have to pay a fine that you're not gonna pay. Is gonna, you know, run out on. You're not gonna pay this fine. It's going to. They're just gonna keep doing that until something really scary happens. It's partially the modern dating issues, and partially there was different culture. Ah, I see. Yeah, I think if you get, like, too oppressive with, like, when men and women shouldn't be talking to each other in public or, you know, stuff like that. What is and what isn't appropriate interaction. If you get a little too draconian with that, you really kind of discourage people getting into relationships. And potentially, like, having kids later on. Because we've gotten so much of a hassle, I guess. So yeah, I could see if you're too strict on that. But also, like, not let it swing the other way, like the Austin Powers kind of thing. You know, promiscuity, everybody just out on the streets doing it. There is a middle ground where people can be reasonable. Hedonism is kind of lit. Nah. I don't know. Somebody always feels left out. There's always gonna be that one person who nobody wants to really interact with, and then they're gonna feel bad and, well, it's more of a hassle. When's my turn, Janet? I've been sitting in my chair for the last 4 hours. When's Tony's turn? Checking to see if Parza sent me messages or not. I need a drink, hold on. Chili. There it is. That. I bumped my stream mic. What? Throat still feels scratchy, but I'll take for hydrate. Yeah. Everybody remember to go look at my new short, like it and comment it. So that YouTube decides to push my content. Yeah. So I guess uploading videos around stream times isn't going to result in, like, more traffic to my streams. I was kind of curious, because it is past 7 o'clock. What time is it? Oh yeah, it's 8 o'clock, okay. I was curious if maybe scheduling something for around stream time would result in, like, more people dropping by the stream. But it doesn't look like it really did, so I need to check what the view counts are for it. Because I still think that scheduling in the evening might actually result in more views. Not to see. But that's an example of stuff that I'm looking into to try and, like, help the channel grow and stuff. Eventually, people are gonna show up and they're just gonna say, I don't know, this guy has creepy vibes. It's a dude, he's pretending to be a girl online. It's so creepy. Libra. I'm just sitting here chatting. I'm not telling everybody to like go to my other site and subscribe to this and I think I'm always like mentally trying to prepare myself for when I eventually get canceled because people are gonna say that, oh, this guy is a dirtbag. I don't like him. And they're not gonna have any like real reason other than just like, oh, it's a guy off the internet. I mean, they did that with Iron Mouse too. Because he had the audacity to get more subscribers than Kai Cenat. How dare this man get more subscribers than my king Kai Cenat? Bro. Oh, didn't you hear? Yeah, it was an Aiden Ross stream. When he found out that his bro Kai got his record broken, he started looking at Iron Mouse clips and saying, where can I see them? Where are their photos online? What's their name? How do I find their name? Yeah, this is obviously a guy. And then there was also like, oh, it's a girl tied up in some guy's basement. He like started saying all kinds of hateful shit about her. Yeah, it's Aiden Ross, and it's like their community, the kind of community they've cultivated too. But those were like examples of it. There was also a bunch of like Twitter posts and replies to videos and stuff. I think the same thing happened when she won the Streamer Awards. People were like super mad that a PG won instead of their I Show Speed or whatever. They were mad that this PNG, this collection of pixels, beat out their cam streamers. So it's not even like the first time that it's happened either. It's like, far as I understand it, then there's no dirt to be had on Iron Mouse. Like, Iron Mouse is just a good bean. People just hate VTubers, yeah. Apparently so does YouTube and Twitch, too. They're just, like, banning us without any, like, real reason. It's here, your people. You okay? I don't know where Pars is, but I'm sure that wherever they are, they're probably busy. It's cool if Pars is busy and can't join in. Man, we've talked about a bunch of stuff already. You have your circle on outside of there, you don't know what's happening? Yeah. I feel like I'm in a similar situation too. I really don't like interact with many people outside of my little streamer circle. Yeah, I occasionally watch Iron Mouse streams. I'll swing by Zentrea's streams and see what they're doing. Or she's doing, I guess. Oh. I haven't really dropped by Aethelstan's stream since he came back. I don't recall the last time I was at a Matara stream. like even the other like non-VTuber streamers, I haven't really been to Shan stream that much. A lot of the time when I'm not streaming, I'm trying to watch videos on YouTube and work on other stuff. And I feel like this is part of the reason why I was kind of feeling burned out last night. I don't really take time off. I just work on stuff off stream. But I guess it's because I like Twitch, or I like streaming. I like creating content for my community. It just can be either like videos, drawings, or posting and thoughts on the internet. Interacting with people, you know, just kind of doing stuff, I guess. But I mean, what else am I gonna do? What am I gonna do to relax? I mean, am I gonna play a game to relax? I've been ruined. I'm at the point where whenever I see something that, ooh, this is interesting, I bet chat would enjoy experiencing this with me. I don't look at a game and I think, like, man, after stream, I'm gonna play so much of this game. Stream's never gonna see anything about this game, but I'm gonna be playing so much of it. I'm, like, so content-focused. Even back when I was taking part in D&D games, it was so that I could record sessions and edit them and put those out for people to listen to. Unfortunately, the stuff that we had going for us, it didn't really... A lot of it didn't really feel like it was anything worth listening to. Like, I was listening to our sessions and just thinking like, man, who's gonna want to listen to this? Didn't really seem a lot of it was anything people would really listen to and enjoy. You want to stream D&D so bad? We were going to have a D&D stream at one point, but our DM kind of got a bad case of Elden Ring. So, like, we never had a DM for DMs or D&D streams. I did have D&D streams a long time ago, a lifetime ago. And those were kind of fun. So I know that streaming D&D can be a fun experience, but you need to have a DM that understands that the purpose is to entertain an audience. There, you know, the streaming audience. So, like, I guess not kill everybody every single opportunity, or just make it fun for the viewers and stuff. And for the players, obviously. I eventually just, like, stopped taking part in the D&D because we kept, like, restarting because one of our players just kept disappearing, I guess, or something happened. So, games would stall. And we start a new campaign. Something would happen, and then we'd start a new campaign, and eventually I got to the point where I'm like, and I am, like, burned out on trying to come up with new characters. So I kind of just, like, stepped away from the D&D group. And now I'm just, like, so busy. I don't know if I could fit time for D&D as well as, like, my content creation schedule. Unless I, like, jackknife it into my creation schedule amount. So that would probably result in, like, a D&D stream night or something. So something would have to take a backseat. It would probably be a Saturday. Saturday streams give life for D&D Saturdays. Maybe. It's so sad though, because I have like 3 killer characters. Gilla, I had so much interest in. It's a little slime girl monk. It was so much fun. I love the idea of the character. I never got to fully explore her entire thing. She wanted to become a kaiju at one point. And in the one campaign we did manage to play with Gela, she did become a kaiju eventually. But then she got a taste of godhood, so... The next goal after becoming a kaiju was like ascending to godhood. Unfortunately, the game did get much further than that. Do I know Smosh? I've heard the name before. I'm not familiar with their work though. You used to play D&D with your friends. You were an elf ranger? Nice. Do you know what system you were playing? Was it Pathfinder or like 5e? Let's see, who else was there? I was going to play an old paladin at one point, and that was because when we were starting the campaign and we were doing our dice rolls for our character, because I was having trouble coming up with an idea. Pathfinder, I see. I was having trouble coming up with an idea for what I wanted to do with the characters, so... One of my friends suggested, well, just see your stat rolls and see what you come up with. I had negative penalties for every stat. Except for one, which I think was maybe a neutral. I don't think I actually got any bonuses from that stat array. To the point where the DM just told me, like, just reroll. Just reroll those dice. The second set of stats were a bit better. But when I was looking at this, the original stat array, it just gave me this idea for like this elderly paladin who's like out on a last adventure. And that's kind of where that idea came from. I never got a chance to play that guy because the DM got a case of Elden Ring, so... But in the last character I did for my other group, the one where I got to play Gela, was a very young warlock named Voltsabel. V-U-L-T-E, Volt. And the idea was that she came from a pretty renowned family. They owned vineyards, and it was a pretty popular like wine brand or whatever. But she kind of wanted to do her own thing and get out from the shadow of her family and siblings and kind of like set out on her own and become, you know, successful in a way that can rival like the generational family thing. But she died on her first adventure. So instead of dying, your soul was intercepted by a god, and she was given the opportunity to return as an agent for this god, hence a warlock. So she came back to life, kind of changed, and the idea was that, and I discussed it with the DM, was that over time during the adventure, changes were going to happen to the character in order to facilitate the whatever the things that her god wanted was gonna be happening, because obviously, you know, they're not gonna tell their agent or whatever what their god plans are. Because I had a little bit of it show up. That campaign was way more interesting, and I felt like that one had more potential for being like a really interesting lesson. And I do have sessions from that I might finish editing. Yeah, maybe we can listen to the sessions on stream sometime. Once I get them edited and, you know, being ready for publishing. Excuse me. So those were 3 characters that I really was excited to play. That I feel like I didn't really get to fully... I didn't get to really fully explore their characters and play them that much. Originally, Gela was just gonna, like, eat people. Because the campaign that I originally came up with her for, it was based off another idea that I had a long time ago, but I originally kind of developed her for a Escape the Underdark, or it's like Out of the Abyss, or something like that. That one of our friends was DMing, so I came up with Gela for that. And originally she was gonna be like a Harley Quinn, kind of like crazy, but also because she's a slime, she would just eat the bodies of everybody we beat. Because usually you assume that when you get into encounters, you kill your opponents and then you loot their bodies. And then here comes Gela to get rid of the bodies. Being a slime. Just a lever. But the campaign after that, it wasn't really, like, a good setting for Gela to do that. So she ended up just being, like, just, like, bad idea after bad idea. But then the campaign didn't really go very well. Like, we were talking to this one NPC. We're trying to make a delivery or something. And this NPC was being a huge pain, so I'm just like, well, Gela's probably getting bored right now, so she's gonna start sneaking around. And I do a investigation check, because it's like, okay, well, Gela's, you know, sliding around, just investigating things. Because she kind of is maybe ADHD. I rolled a 20 on my investigation check. And the DM at that time took that and was like, oh, you look into a tree and you find a naked squirrel. You find a naked squirrel. And it's really angry. That's what I get on a 20? I get Looney Tunes on a 20? That campaign was more just being silly, and I was wanting like a D&D adventure and not just high school forum roleplay. Our squirrel's always naked? Yeah, I know, right? It seems a little weird that on a 20 I found a naked squirrel. But this was also the campaign where, near the end, we had one of our friends was like co-DMing the sessions. And because they were helping with DMing, we actually had a couple of really interesting like encounters and story stuff going on. Which is kind of where Gela decided that her next step after becoming a kaiju was to become a god. After a big fight, and we're all like wiped out, and we're like, we have to get to this town, but it's after this fight we have to rest. That the co-DM was rolling encounters for the evening. Somebody set up an alert spell. So if something trips the spell, we're alerted. And he rolls on the encounter table. Or they roll? I actually don't know if Flask has certain pronouns. It's really surprising because, like, I was playing D&D with them for like 3 or 4 years. But anyways, rolling on the encounter table, and the original DM just pipes in. Yeah, a tiny little buffalo comes out of the bushes. It's so tiny and adorable. Nobody was happy about that. That tiny buffalo got murdered so hard. And I was like so upset too. I was like, Gela's not even gonna try and fight this. I am so just like I am just so like not into this that I'm just like, okay, just murder the hell out of that little thing. We took out our aggression on that, or frustration on that tiny little buffalo. So after that little buffalo was murdered completely, the original DM was probably not very pleased and not very happy with that. So they proceed to tell us how an even tinier buffalo come out of the bushes and his inserts. Dad? Dad, where are you? Why are you dead? That wasn't even our last session. Somehow we still kept going after the debacle. There was the tiny fantasy D&D buffaloes. We were expecting like an actual like camping encounters, so whatever. Like something that feels more like a D&D adventure and not Saturday morning cartoons. We did get a little bit of that later, though. Apparently, nobody realized that the NPC we had been traveling with didn't actually have player levels. For some reason, everybody assumed that this NPC had rogue levels. We did find out that they, in fact, did not have player levels when the dragon stepped on them. Did the dragon step on him, or did he eat rot gut? I forgot. Either way, this beloved NPC, super dead. And everybody was actually shocked. It was like, wait, what? How did he die? How much HP did he have? It's like, he's a level 1 commoner. He only had like 2 HP. Like, what? What do you mean he only had 2 HP? Why was he fighting then? Oh, Rotgut. We all loved him. He was absolute scum, but he was a good guy. Then we had a little bit of a road trip, and then our last session ended with that original DM saying the word elevator. Because we had to travel to the Underdark. And there just so happened to, just down the street from this castle we just escaped, they had this tourist trap elevator thing that took you all the way to the Underdark. How convenient! No travel time or anything, no. Nick, I don't think we would have met. We would have We would have minded travel time if travel time didn't end and you guys found a treasure chest on the side of the road filled with cheese. A thing that actually did happen. After some investigation, we found a chest just off the road that was filled with cheese. Just randomly filled with cheese. Bruh. I don't know how many months we traveled with that cheese, but we ended up pawning it off to a giant after. As kind of an apology for killing his dogs. Well, they were whoops, what? You know. We're sorry for killing your whoops. Here, have a bunch of cheese. Road cheese. Road cheese at that, yeah. So it's not even like the road cheese was leading to a bigger quest. We ended up just having it in our inventory for so long that we just like, well, this is a good opportunity as any to just get rid of this. I'm checking my PC. So yeah. The original DM wasn't into like actual D&D. They were more into like forum RP stuff, so like Looney Tune forum RP stuff, so that was probably not gonna go anywhere entertaining at all. I still have all the sessions from that. I started editing a bunch of them, and I got through a bunch of them, but eventually I started to wonder, like, is anybody even gonna want to listen to this? What I might try to do is finish editing what I already started. Yeah, Suvi. Run it by you guys on stream sometime and see, like, are you guys interested in hearing more of what happened during this entire thing? But then I'd have to schedule time during the week in order to edit those down. Because there was a lot of dead air. There was a lot of time where we were just sitting there just like... People were sitting there thinking silently and not responding. There was a lot of, okay, it's your turn. Did yours? It's your turn. Yeah, I heard. I'm thinking. Did not even like, what do I want to do here? I kind of want to not kill this thing. Is there no way we can not kill this thing? It wasn't even that. Or like, what are my options here? Jeez. Do I have any spells I can use here? Yeah, let's see what I have. Like, not even like that kind of planning, like what you're gonna do on your turn, which you should probably like have a good idea before your turn comes up. Like in D&D, while everybody else is doing their thing, you're just sitting there like, man, what am I gonna do next? If they're doing this, I'm probably gonna want to do something that's to either help this person or I'm gonna target somebody else. Like, how can I help your... and further advance the situation? Not sit there dead silent, thinking of what you're gonna do on your turn. So, there was... And one of the guys was just like, nah, just put it abroad. People will love that shit. It's like, bro, there's like so much dead air. There's so many there's so many like personal not even personal information, like personal talk that I'm like, I probably should edit this stuff out. There's even a couple of moments where I like flipped out and I actually just like started complaining and yelling. I'm just like, man, I gotta end this out. Nobody's going to listen to this. Nah, it's putting up like that. It's fine. Bruh. I take pride in what I do. I feel like I want whatever I put out to have a certain degree of polish. So, yeah, I'm not throwing in a bra. Especially when like real names are being thrown around. And personal information like diseases and stuff. So I might edit some of those. And we'll have a stream where we listen to them and chat about stuff and see if you guys are interested in seeing more of that. I know one of my viewers is like really interested in seeing more D&D content from me because they were a listener back a long time ago when I did my last D&D streams. And they enjoyed it to the point where they've followed me for over a decade in order to... in hopes of more D&D content. So we'll see. I have to look for those. I'm pretty sure I still have all the files for it. One of the reasons I do need another... I need to sort out my storage solutions because I have a lot of D&D sessions that take up a lot of space. A lot. Aside from like the my gaming videos and stuff that need to be edited and be rendered out. You know, that I need more disk space. I'm gonna eventually figure that out. And yeah, that session that ended with the elevator had potential. I don't think it's ever coming back, though. I think that campaign is just dead. I don't think I was ever coming back, which is kind of sad. Because like near the end, we had some really cool moments and stuff. I got to play as Gila Kaiju for like 2 or 3 sessions. First of all, it was stomping through an army of skeletons. And then we had an encounter with a bunch of, like, ghost knight and stuff, and then an evil queen. And she cast Disintegrate on one of our party members, and Gela, super mad. And a kaiju at this point. Found a potion of giant growth. So... Gela's ascended even more. And I got to melee attack the queen with a massive hit dice. And I criticaled. I criticaled with a massive hit dice. So, yeah, that was a kind of a fun, cool moment. I have a screenshot from it. Giant Gallopus criticals. So we double whatever the dice roll was, which was pretty massive too. That was so much fun. I'm so glad that it happened. Flask is such a good DM. I will continue to sing the praises of Flask as a DM. Unfortunately, because they're so good as a DM, it means that they don't usually get to play in games very often. So I invited them to join our D&D game when it was going to happen, but that kind of fell through. Eventually, if we do get a D&D session, a D&D stream going, I'm hoping that Flask can join us as a player, and they can actually scratch that itch of being able to play in D&D games as opposed to always being the DM. But they're so good at being the DM, though. They were DMing the sessions that I had with Volt, so not working with them for it. And those were actually... that had potential to be, like, really good. I enjoy your alert, Lucid. The stick's hurting my ears. Hold on. Oh, man. I need to get the little headset strap thing for my, my MetaQuest. We almost have enough on the throne for it. It's a crowdfunding thing. And it's almost fully funded. After my next Switch ballot goes through, I'll probably put some more money into that and see if we can't get the, see if we can't buy it. And you did it too. So, yeah. Still no Pars. Pars, where are you? I don't think Pars is joining us tonight. I think Pars might be busy. Or not feeling well or something. Oh well, that's fine. We'll see them maybe Wednesday or Friday or... I am kind of worried about monopolizing my friends' times. That's why I didn't join Mars a couple of weeks ago, because I was worried about shoving myself in there and not giving their friends a chance to play with them. So I was just like, I want to stay out of whatever Mars is doing this week. But this last week I did join them for Phasmophobia, and that was fun. Smoss is probably the funniest YouTuber of all time. I've never heard of them. Well, I mean, I've heard of them, I just don't know what they do. So... yeah, a part of me is worried about... especially because Pars has a significant other. I sometimes wonder or worry that their significant other might get jealous about the amount of times that I collab with Pars on streams. And the amount of times that Pars and I do things on streams. And we're just hanging on Discord. Playing games and collabing and stuff. I do worry that their partner might get jealous. But I have no interest in dating, so it's not like anything like that, bro. I just like hanging out with my friends and playing games. Ours is back online? Okay. It's almost 9 o'clock. I mean, don't bug them if they're busy with stuff, it's fine. If they're busy having to do other stuff, that's perfectly fine. I just enjoy hanging out and shimming up Pars and chatting with Pars. It's so much fun. But if they have things that they need to do, or if they're too tired or whatever, I understand. Haven't seen Autumn in forever. But Autumn's currently in... Autumn got admitted to the hospital because the twins trying to come out a little early. I hope Autumn's okay. I was watching. Oh god, I was watching Greylock last night. If you've ever seen Greylock, you know exactly why I immediately thought of Autumn, and I'm like, I hope everything's going okay with Autumn. I don't think Autumn has a thought form baby, but at the same time, it sounds like they're in a really risky position, especially if they admitted them and months ahead of delivery date because they want to be able to keep an eye on them and all that. Make sure the twins stay in as long as they need to. Yeah. So yeah, I hope Autumn is okay. I hope she has a safe and, well, not fun, but you know, I hope they have a safe delivery and that the twins grow up nice and healthy. Down, do. Man, we kind of drifted off the topics. And I don't know if I finished, like, really concluded any real points to any of the stuff I discussed today. I feel like maybe it's too late to go back to certain stuff, and maybe I should just let them simmer for a bit. Just let them sit for a bit. Do da 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 da. Do-do-do. The mic on this headset isn't that great. I wonder if the MetaQuest 3 or any other ones maybe have a better mic, or maybe if there's some settings I need to set for this one. I feel like the audio quality is partially related to like this microphone quality. I don't know. It's also probably the software too. There's a bit of that. But I feel like maybe the microphone quality is a huge contributor to why VRChat streams sound especially warbly. I mean, admittedly, my voice right now is kind of scratchy, so it comes and goes. Like, sometimes it's like kind of clear, but sometimes it gets a little warbly. Yeah, a little bit scratchy. Especially when I'm talking, like, softly and quietly. I don't know if you can hear it. You probably can't hear it. Or maybe I need to just, like, listen to the input for this so I can figure out if I'm peaking too much or not. Originally, this was my nephew's catsup. They bought it for my nephew because they wanted him to use it for batting practice. But they couldn't figure out how to do that. And eventually they just put it into storage. So I'm just using it because it was either going to collect dust or I would try using it for VRChat streams. Because I had been interested in VRChat. I used to play on Second Life. I used to be a creator on Second Life. But I never really found a place in Second Life because that community is very much niche. If you didn't realize, sorry. Second Life is very niche. If you don't really know a place to go there, it's not really that easy to find, like, a community. And I just never really found anything that's like, I belong here. I should hang out with these guys all the time and chat with everybody here. There was a couple of places where I had friends who would hang out. Like, I used to have friends who hang out in this one Ponyville. So I had a little NLP avatar that I used to hang out with them. And it was mostly just us sitting there watching... I think we watched a lot of streams, actually. I don't remember exactly what we watched at all. But they had like a free pony avatar that I got hold of, and I was just using that. We just like sit around chatting. And I think that was back when I started trying to do MLP art, because like I'd been so like listless and had like nothing really... There was nothing really going on that was like, man, I'm so interested in this. This is amazing. You know, that kind of... Like when you're really, really into something and you're like the kind of people who do fan art for that kind of stuff. Like, man, I love this stuff. For a while I was like, man, let's do some LP art. That seems pretty popular right now. So I used to do a lot of MLP art. Well, not a lot, I guess I should say. I did a series of like landscapes. But I like drawing scenery too, so... But it wasn't really to the point where I was just like reaching out to like random people there and making friends. No, I was just like, I have some friends who hang out here, and I just show up to like hang out with them. And I got really interested when they started introducing sculpty prims and stuff. It was pretty interesting, but it was still very janky. The entire like Linden Lab system is really janky. It's so kind of surprising that Second Life is still around. You have a phone OC, let's go. I made a Kieran. Was more like a dragon half, but definitely not the Kierans that they eventually introduced into the show that I think I recall it. I vaguely recall that they added Kieran at one point. I called mine a Kieran, but it's probably more like a half dragon. Because I love dragons. Dragons are so cool. What kind of dragons, though? I know. It's all kinds of cool dragons. Do 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 do. Even on my VRChat, I don't really have like a community that I hang out in. I mostly just... I definitely avoid the public lobbies. Occasionally I'll accidentally load into a public instance and try to get away from it as quickly as possible. But for the most part, I usually start private instances and just like around. I don't know. Then again, like the whole VR setup, it's a bit much to just like, I'm just gonna hang out in my off time. And then again, yeah, and there's also the fact that my off time is usually half divided between work and not work. Believe it or not, I do like. I say that I spend all of my off time or off stream time working, but I try to like fit in a little bit of non-work time. I try to. I don't a lot. A lot of the time, I'm not though. I'm usually working on something stream related. Clips, more art. Trying to figure out like, oh, what am I gonna do on these days? Is there any new alerts that I can work on? What would be a good addition to the stream? Is there any new software I can incorporate? So I kind of worry sometimes, like, maybe I should try and force myself to have some more off time. But then I start thinking, like, what am I gonna do? I know it's important to have, like, a healthy work balance, but at the same time, it's just like, now, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna watch TV? I don't have cable in here. When the last time we were getting cable installed, I told it specifically not to put it in my room because I'm usually busy on my computer. There's no point to pay for an extra TV box if I'm not gonna watch it, so... I'm not just gonna go sit out there in the den with my parents watching whatever they're watching. And that's not a good idea, because usually a certain conversation comes up. Usually he starts trying to steer towards the entire, like, so, when are you gonna get a real job? You know, so-and-so's children got this job doing this, and they have this, and they have this, and they have a house, and they can buy all these things. Doesn't that sound nice? Doesn't that sound really nice? Do you know how they got that? I get it. I understand the argument. But it's really hard for me to articulate just how much of in a bad situation I was in the last time I was in that position.
Welcome home, Columbia. Beautiful, beautiful. Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
No, we have a room. They have two rooms that are specified as dens. It's just a room with a TV in it, I think. I don't know what technically qualifies as a den. I feel that there's a specific definition for calling a room a den.
Beautiful, beautiful.
What time is it? 9 o'clock. I really wish you had said like excuse me, accurately told me the power level of my headset. I'm really worried that it's just gonna die midstream again. It's done had a couple of streams where it suddenly just blacks out, and then I'm just like, well, I guess we're done with VRChat. This thing accurately told me that I could be like, oh, I should probably wrap it up here. It probably started around 6. It's been about 3 hours, so the battery on this is probably getting low at this point. The USB connection doesn't really charge it fast enough. Oh, but yeah, I have, like, considered maybe the idea as upgrading from this hand-me-down Quest 2. But I don't know what would be a good option. I think I know enough people who... enough people who are, like, into the whole VR scene to be, like, able to recommend anything. Or with any, like... Not authority, but, you know, like... being informed about it. Like, oh, yeah, these are some good options. Maybe this would probably be a good option for you. Yeah, this one has this, and this. For what you do, this is probably a good option. I don't know. I could just look at it. Okay, this one's cheap, and it says VR headset. Maybe this'll do. Also, it's probably just gonna be like a huge investment in money, so I probably have to wait on that. In the meantime, I can just like look around, see like what is recommended. And I have like tried to. I've thought about the idea of getting like additional like motion trackers. The very least, you can get like the upper body. I don't have enough wrist or like I do not have the room to just like stand up and move around in here while streaming. Like my bed is right here. I'm actually punching my bed right now. My computer is right. No, my desk is right here. I'm actually just like slotted in here. I don't have room for like a massive VR tracking setup or whatever. Not that I would like be super enthused about it. Like I'm okay with this. Just maybe a little bit of upper body tracking, extra tracking might be good. I don't know. I don't know if any VR setup does like eye tracking. Definitely couldn't use like mouse tracking because obviously it would track like a minute ahead or 1 or 2 seconds ahead before my voice actually comes out. But yeah, upgrading from the Quest 2, I've thought about like looking into it. I just haven't really actually done any real research into it yet. But it is like a thing in the back of my head to maybe look into sometime. Especially if they decide they want to, like, oh no, we want Zach to use this for batting practice. Even though there's no way this thing would stick onto his head for batting practice. As soon as he tries to swing the bat, this whole thing is just gonna fly right off. He is not that secure to your head unless you squeeze it on real tight. Even then, I don't think you could do those kind of motions. Why is my texture so fuzzy? I thought this was like a 4K texture. Kawa. Yeah, I think it looks good enough. I really do like Monday's VRChat sessions. It's a lot of fun to sit here and chat with you guys about random stuff. Even if I worry sometimes that something I say might be misinterpreted. Overall, this is a lot of fun just sitting here chatting with you guys. 9, 10. Yeah, I'm getting ready to switch over to Splatoon. I don't know when exactly though. I hope it goes good in Salmon Run tonight. I was really happy with how our last session went. Like the last time we did Salmon Run, we actually made some good progress on the... Actually got back to professional. The time before that, I got demoted down to Go-Getter. I kind of want to raise my rank in Salmon Run. And then we'll do Turf. Depending on what's going on, if Open is anything but Clam Blitz, I might consider it. I'll consider it if it's not Clam Blitz. Like, I don't particularly, like, really hate Clam Blitz, but I might not be in the mood for it right now. Even Rainmaker might be a little... Might be pushing it a little. I've not had the greatest experiences during Rainmaker. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna enjoy my time in DR. I keep saying that I need to do VRChat sessions where we just all hang out and chat. And it would have to be off stream because, once again, if somebody random comes in, or somebody in the community could just come in and be a troublemaker. There could be those people hiding or just randomly sneak in somehow. I don't know. But for stuff with like open community, it's probably best not to do that on stream. Probably. Hope you guys had a good Halloween too. I just forgot. I almost forgot that just happened. We just had Halloween recently. Do I smell tamales? I smell something. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to think of what else I could talk about for the next 20 minutes. I really don't know. I'm just kind of vibing to the music now. We enjoying good vibes here. Hope you guys are having a nice chill time. Like I said before, I do want my streams to be just relaxing, enjoyable times for us to just hang out and just like vibe, just chill and have a good time. Obviously, when I play games like Splatoon, or when we're doing co-op, I'm trying to like make things fun and not like cozy vibe. Mediterranean tacos, ooh. I had some leftovers from... They made some pasta, and there was apparently leftovers. So when I got up around 1, I saw that there was them sitting there, so I was like, I want to get myself a bowl. Gyros. I've never had a gyro before. I'm not sure what hummus is. I don't think I've ever tried it. Isn't it like a bean paste, this sort? What is it? What is it? What exactly is a gyro then? I've heard the word before, and I've seen pictures. Is it just like a tightly wrapped sandwich or something? Chickpea dip. Nipple, okay. I don't know if I like peas, though. I'm not really big on peas. Assuming we're talking about hummus and not gyros. As far as I understand it. Yes, yeah, gyros is a type of sandwich. I mean, it's funny, the tracking is like so off. And I put it on my mouth. I bring my hand up to my mouth to cough. A lot of the times, the tracking decides to put it like right in the middle of my face. Or to the side, I guess. Where was it going there? I'm trying to recreate the motion. Where is it? It loses tracking, that's what happens. Well, I don't know. On pita bread. Ah, I see, pita bread. I don't know that I've ever had a gyro before. I don't even know if I've had pita bread before. Doesn't taste like peas. Ah, I see. Maybe someday I'll try it. Don't know what a good thing to compare it to is. Yeah, that's the problem when you're talking about like flavors and stuff. I think I even heard that between a person, because of your taste bud profile is different from person to person, that even things will taste different depending on like your taste buds. So it might taste one way to somebody and a different way to another. So I guess describing what something tastes like might not always be accurate either. Like, yeah, you said it tasted like this, but and I tried and it tasted totally different. I imagine that could be a thing as well. Less sweet guacamole. I don't like guacamole. I've had a little bit of it. It's not like the one time I took a bite of pineapple pizza and I almost threw up. It's just like, I don't think I like this. Yeah, it's a controversial take. Yeah, I once bit into a slice of pineapple pizza and I almost immediately threw up. Not like, ew, this is gross. No, like it's more like my body involuntarily just like, no. Okay, I'm not eating that. That was a reaction I was not expecting. Yeah, you see, that's what people do. As soon as you say you don't like it, they immediately just start making accusations. No, it was actually like a physical reaction to it. So yeah, I don't like it. I don't like things that make me involuntarily try to evacuate my stomach. We had better tasting cranberries and grapes. Oh, grapefruits. I think grapefruit are bitter, aren't they? I think I've tried cranberries and grape juice. Cranberries are definitely very bitter. Or at least cranberry juices. No, was it the No, look, apple would have made it taste sweet, but it was completely not that. Cilantro tastes soapy to you? I don't think. I've had like cheese dip that has cilantro in it. I don't think I've ever like tasted raw cilantro though. But also, I've never tasted cheese dip that tastes soapy. It tastes soapy or not? It's a savory dish. Yep. Cooked mashed chickpeas. Yeah. Yeah, I've never had. As far as I understand, I've never had hummus before. But I know I'm not a fan of peas in general, so I don't know. I'd have to try it to know for sure. You like pineapple pizza, but you have a huge sweet tooth. I have a huge sweet tooth too. But for some reason, just... And I can't. It's not for me. I tried it before, involuntarily. Then the immediate reaction was just like, no. Okay, what is going on? My chat just disappeared for a second. But well. I don't see you well. I don't see a well around here. Where is it? We're trying honey on pizza. No, I have not. I have not tried that. I like honey on biscuits. I occasionally buy a little bottle of honey for when you have biscuits in the morning. My left shoulder? I don't see him. I see a couple of radio towers. Are you seeing my tail? Well, I'm not spinning that much. Okay, spin. It's not my tail.